Hey everybody, welcome here to Steve's welcome everybody welcome to Steve's Wrestling Ramble for the review for 2018 Money in the Bank. Also, before we get into our reviewing it, let's welcome everybody here. First, let's welcome my co-host, Kyron Chase. How you doing this evening?
What's up?
Malik, how you doing?
Good. Mark said he needs you to send him the link again because it's not working.
Oh, okay. Well, as I do that, you guys let me know what you guys thought of Money in the Bank, good, bad, ugly, and otherwise. Kyron?
Go ahead, Kyron.
Well, as you saw from my review, I gave the show a passing grade. I thought, I love both ladder matches. I thought were really good. Nia and Ronda was a billion times better than I thought it was ever gonna be. Cass and Daniel Bryan was actually very good as well. So, and Styles and Nakamura finally had a great match on the main roster. So, I thought on the strength of those matches, it was a good show. But of course, I thought Jinder and Roman was as god awful as I said it was gonna be, and everything I said that match would be, it was. Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn was terrible. The way the ending of the women's Money in the Bank ladder match upset me, and Carmella pinning Asuka upset me as well. So, but I still said the show was a pretty good show overall. Malik?
I thought the show was all right. It was pretty good. It was better than I thought it was gonna be. I don't think the Roman and Jinder match was bad. I think the fans took over that match. Like I figured that would happen, but I hate when people do that.
But here's the thing, Malik. I agree, and I even threw them a bone. So don't say I never gave Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns a chance. Not only did I watch it the first time, I went back and rewatched it the next day and muted my computer so that I could only focus on the match. And I still thought it was a bad match because I don't even remember anything that happened in it.
See, I don't think it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was the best match there, but it definitely. I don't think it was like terrible, but the fans definitely took over that match. They was chanting all type of shit in that match. People weren't even paying attention to it, which I was surprised about.
Hey, I said it was gonna happen. WWE. I hate hijacking, but you put a match between Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns in Chicago. That WWE should have saw this coming.
Yeah, I didn't care for that match, but overall, I thought everything else was good. The only thing that I wasn't happy when Alexa Bliss won. I didn't want her to win at all. I really wanted Becky Lynch to win the ladder match. Not because I don't dislike her at all. It's just the last two people that needed to win that match to me were her and Charlotte. Those were the only two people that didn't need to win that match. I wouldn't even accept it if Sasha won, but I really wanted Becky to win that match.
And so did most of the crowd wanted Becky to win.
But Alexa winning was probably the only thing I really didn't like about the show. I can't even get mad about Carmella pinning Asuka because I just figured that was gonna happen. I was expecting that. Because I heard about the whole James Ellsworth shit, so I expected that. So I wasn't even upset about that. I was like, that was gonna happen. But everything was pretty good. The Ronda and Nia match was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. Ronda Rousey, she impressed me a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I had my doubts about her again. I doubted her at WrestleMania, and then I doubted her again in this one match. She did a lot better than I thought she was gonna do. So, most respect to Nia Jax and Ronda. They told a really good story, put on a really good match to me. The ending wasn't a surprise because there was no way that either of them was gonna beat each other. So something had to happen for that finish to happen. And then the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, I didn't think Braun Strowman was gonna win. I don't have a problem with him winning, but I didn't think he wasn't one of my picks.
I just want to say that I called the fact that WWE would ruin Asuka in under a year, and they did that. So, kudos, Vince. You did it again. This is now Bayley, Rude, Nakamura, and now Asuka, and the Revival. So, once again, you take someone who was great in NXT and ruin them on the main roster. I can't say I'm surprised.
I think in the case of Asuka and Nakamura, I don't think they're going to be winning championships, at least anytime soon. For different reasons, because Nakamura had X amount of 4 tries, 4 chances at the WWE Championship, and not getting the win over AJ Styles. 5. Thank you, Kyron.
No, 6 counting the 2. 6 because he had 2 with Mahal and 4 with Styles, so he had 6.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for correcting me again. 6. 6 opportunities and not winning it. I don't know if they're ever going to give it to him. I mean, he's up there in age, and for Asuka, same thing. Age is its reason of their. I don't think so. I think it's more of just their age, and they just don't see them as being WWE champion, or WWE champion or women's champion, but they know their credibility and want to at least showcase them in main event matches, showcase them in title matches, have them in championship matches. So it seems that they're still going to be up there in the upper echelon, and obviously top guy, top girl. But them being champions, Asuka and Nakamura, I don't see it for them in WWE. So does that mean it's totally a burial of them? I don't think so. But it's certainly for those that were fans of those two and thought that Nakamura should have won on Sunday, and that'd be what it'd be. Mark Ramble, what are your thoughts on Money in the Bank?
Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
So I thought Money in the Bank was cool. There were a couple matches I think I caught the gist of it, what you guys were going at. There were a couple matches, a couple moments where I kind of questioned, i.e. Alexa Bliss. I'd rather it be a disqualification than Alexa Bliss to win again. And like I said before, I have nothing against Alexa Bliss, but I think this is what you said, Malik. The last person should have been her. That was the last person they should have chose, because Alexa Bliss has already got the title about 6 million times. Five time champ. Okay.
Five time women's champion. 1 away from Charlotte Flair, 2 away from Trish Stratus.
Wow. But yeah, that's even more of a reason why she should have not been the pick. But I mean, the Roman Reigns match was the Roman Reigns match. I mean, we were expecting Roman to win. Nobody truly cared. They were booing the mess out of the match, I'm sure. Just, nobody wanted to see that match. I feel bad for my man, Jinder. But,
yeah, Jinder, jeez.
I feel bad for Roman.
Nah, I feel bad.
Yeah, I
for
do
Jinder.
too. I feel bad for Roman.
And all the other chants and stuff they were doing during that match, like, you guys were saying they didn't care. And Kyron even shared that tweet from JD or all the chants they were spewing during the Jinder Mahal Roman Reigns match there. But so in the end, it went the way that we all thought it would be. Roman Reigns getting the win. And now moving on to WWE Extreme Rules, looks like Roman Reigns is going to get another big win there for the big dog in WWE. So we'll certainly see how that all circulates. But before we get into Raw or SmackDown,
all I'm gonna say is if they have Roman become number 1 contender and he doesn't beat Brock Lesnar this time, I'm losing my mind this time. I can't do it. They're gonna have him face Brock. If they're gonna have him face Brock Lesnar again, just get him the damn title.
Let me just say this now: WWE Chicago ate that match between Roman and Jinder alive. Are you really gonna be stupid enough to give us Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns in New York in the main event of SummerSlam? You had better be smarter than this, because if that match main event SummerSlam, you think what Chicago did was bad? New York will not let those two men out of that arena alive.
They will eat them up. Yeah, they will eat them up alive.
I don't think they really care for real. They did it at WrestleMania. They did it,
right,
so
yeah.
I don't think they gonna care.
They'll eat that up. They want that. They want that reaction. They're anticipating that, and that's why they would make it the main event.
I'm convinced that Vince McMahon wants us to react the way that we're reacting.
Exactly.
I'm convinced. Like there's no other explanation.
No, see that answer when people say, "Oh, you get the reaction, so that makes it good." That's a cop out. Here's why: because Roman's the only one WWE says that about. They say it about nobody else. No one else do they ever say, "Oh, he's getting a reaction. That's okay." No, but when it's Roman, the guy that they're firmly pushing, then they want to say that. But yet when it comes to everyone else, how come they don't never say they're getting a reaction? But with Roman, they make sure they say it. So I don't want to hear that. He gets a reaction.
They said it for Cena a lot too.
Yeah, and same thing applies. I don't want to hear that. That's a cop-out excuse.
They just very controversial. I just think people hate Roman just the way because they book him. Like that's just my opinion. I don't because there ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with the man's work. He's a great wrestler.
I don't even hate him. I just hate the booking.
Yeah, that's what. It's the same thing with me too. Like I really do not like Roman
Reigns
because the way he looks. It's just the way they've been booking him.
I don't understand.
Yeah, they're pushing him to the moon. I think, but
I don't understand people get mad every time they put him in the main event. That people just like reject it. It's like, bro, you can't just get mad every time he's in the main event spot. Like I understand if he was in there. I understand people's frustration at him being in the main event in WrestleMania like every year. I understand that, but like it's just like he won't be in the main event for a while. Like they'll put him in some type of mid card stuff, and then as soon as the big pay per views come around, they put him in the main event, and people just like they lose their minds.
And
they just did the same thing with John Cena, bro. It's the same thing. They did it with him all the time.
Well, that's what I say. John Cena and Roman Reigns haters. You know, you're just gonna hate, continue to hate because WWE's gonna have him in the main event matches most of the time during a year, whether it's the main top 5 pay-per-views or otherwise. And Roman Reigns is gonna be the guy, the big dog, as he's. Or it's either.
Plus, you have to think this because that we may think a lot of people don't like Roman Reigns. Doesn't mean that a lot of people don't like that. Doesn't mean he has doesn't mean he doesn't have fans that all around the world. You know what I mean? There's so many fucking all around the world.
I mean, also,
obviously.
Go ahead, Kyron.
I was gonna say, and really, my problem with Roman WWE the gender, it's my same problem with what I was complaining about with Alexa Bliss in my review the other day. I mean, think of it this way. That people hate Roman because he's overpushed and shoved down our throats. But yet, Alexa Bliss is the exact same thing. She's won the title 5 times in under 2 years, and no one complains about that.
Yeah, same with Charlotte, bro. Nobody can say what Charlotte is.
I mean, like we were just talking about, you know, Alexa Bliss, 5-time women's champion. Charlotte Flair, one ahead of 6. And then one ahead of Charlotte Flair is the record holder, being Trish Stratus, greatest WWE female superstar of all time, in my opinion. So, Alexa Bliss already in that grouping with Charlotte. You know, I've been saying for a couple of years that Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair are 2-1 because Charlotte's number 1. Top 2 women in WWE, maybe even pro wrestling, period. So you have those two being the head of WWE women division, and you have it in the ring. Or Charlotte Flair have more titles than Alexa Bliss, but at some point they're both going to break Trish's record. Both of them going to have 7 or more title reigns, and.
They're gonna smash. They probably gonna have like 16 by the time they retire.
Yeah, Charlotte's gonna have her own 16 title reigns.
But at least when Trish won it 7 times, it was stretched out from 01 to 06. It was not all of a year span.
I feel like the women's championships always like the title changes are a lot more frequent than like any other titles throughout the main roster and NXT. Like it's always the women's championship that changes so much. Like what has it been, like 6 months, I think, and we've had I don't know if it was like 6 months, but like it's been a short period of time, and we go from Asuka to the title being vacated to Ember Moon and to Shayna Baszler like very quickly, while Pete Dunne has had the UK championship for like over a year, I think at this point.
But the counter argument that is that Asuka was NXT Women's Champion for over 500 days.
That's true. They did give her that like undefeated streak push there.
And I'm just saying,
it's the same thing. The same thing they were doing with Charlotte and Sasha, bro. Like they kept flip flopping the title between both of them. I was like,
they're playing hot potato with the title.
But those matches were great. Great though.
They were really good.
They were great matches, but I was tired of seeing the title flip flopping because then that just gives. I hate when they give title reigns like the same thing they did with Roman when Roman main event at WrestleMania against Triple H. He had the belt like 3 times already. Like I was like, he had a title reign for like 21 days, and then now he's basically the champion for like those days.
I mean,
during that period of time, it's like the women's championship was the hardcore title.
Not
to that extent, of course, but like.
It's like with Zack Ryder. Like Zack Ryder won the Intercontinental title and lost it the next. Like he had the belt for a day. Like what the fuck? What kind of reign is that?
It completely negated the moment. Like that was such a great feel good moment there at WrestleMania 32. Like Neville gets injured. I think it was Neville or someone got injured. Zack Ryder, Zack Ryder got that place on the got that spot on the card. He wins the match after being on the lower tier status for years, and then gets taken away after a day. And then we don't hear from him again.
I wasn't even surprised. I said, when I saw him got to get the title, I was happy for him. He got this moment. And I told my brother, how much you want to base on lose the title tomorrow night?
As soon as they announced the match, that he was like when he was having that segment and he said he was then the Miz challenge or whatever, I was like, he's going to fucking lose the title already. He just got the belt. I'm not even a fan of his, but I felt bad for him. I was like, man, you can at least put the belt on for a couple months.
Honestly, I think as much as I did like the show, like I said, the things that really angered me was, you know, how Alexa won the briefcase, which really should have been Natalya, and also the way Carmella beat Asuka. I don't care if Ellsworth came back. you have Asuka lose that way. I said in my review, and I'll reiterate: if this was NXT, she would have kicked Ellsworth's head off, kicked Carmella's head off, and then won the match.
Yeah,
I
she
feel like
would've-
the
she
main
would've-
roster really caters to it. Like it's trying to cater to a mainstream audience, while NXT, since there's a lot fewer casual fans watching, they can cater to like the diehard wrestling fans and give them what
Honestly,
they
that's
want.
why. That's why I never. There's sometimes I dread when people come to the main roster. Like when Velveteen
too.
Dream and all these guys come to the main roster, I'm gonna be a little bit nervous because I don't see.
I'm gonna be scared.
What
I'm
they're
gonna
doing
cry.
next is
Especially
great.
for Velveteen Dream.
I'm
When they
terrified.
put like a Ricochet on the main roster, you're gonna be right in the cruiserweight.
205 Live. He's
But
gonna hold it.
205,
For
no,
like,
to an extent, though, 205 Live is gonna do good by then.
It hasn't
205
been.
Live is on the verge of being. They're already
on
good.
I do
Climb
agree.
of
I agree.
quality.
They're on the
I agree
uphill.
with that. I agree,
They're
but it's
really
like
good.
there are very few, there are very few people that can come to the main roster. Like in my opinion, I feel like they're like like Lars Sullivan. Like I feel like he gonna come to the main roster and actually do something because of his size, like just because of the way he looks and Vince like those big people. But somebody like Aleister Black, he may come to the main roster and then he may just get fucking destroyed by everybody.
Yeah.
Honestly, Aleister Black, I think, might be able to succeed because
I think he has potential too, though.
He has the mic skills, he has the in-ring ability, he has the entrance and the stage presence to make it work. I think he can work.
That entrance is gonna get everybody.
Here's the thing. I sent a video to the group on Twitter earlier. It was from Wrestling with Regret from 3 years ago, and Brian Zane pretty much said how, everything about how you can't, when people come up to the main roster, how they get stripped of everything because you don't know how a main roster audience might react. And it's just funny looking in hindsight, 3 years later, how right that video was. Think of it this way. Bobby Roode, Asuka, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bayley, The Revival, just 5 alone. How far they fallen from some of the best in the world in NXT. Remember when The Revival went NXT, they were heralded as the best tag team in the world.
You can even put Samoa Joe in there for real. He's doing things.
Nah,
but they
not
ain't
Joe.
really. But they ain't really pushed him like like that. Maybe some of it has to do with his injury because he's been injured a little bit in that. But it's just like I feel like he was at a better level in NXT than he was in the main roster too.
True, but Joe is actually, I think he's done well. He's still great. He's great on the mic, still a great wrestler. And heck, they protected him very well on Thursday night. He didn't get pinned in that Tuesday night. He didn't get pinned in the gauntlet. He got counted out. And that was from Daniel Bryan being lucky and smart.
Yeah, but
He always has a spot. He always has a spot on the card too.
Well, think about when they came back from injury, they fed him to Roman Reigns.
That was stupid. But then again, it's Roman Reigns. I'm terrified. The people I'm terrified for, Velveteen Dream and Johnny Gargano. I'm terrified for those.
Oh yeah, Johnny. Yeah,
Johnny Gargano straight 205 Live. I'm sorry, he gonna be straight 205 Live. I don't see nothing. The only maybe he could possibly be like another Daniel Bryan, but that's just a maybe. Bro. I think Daniel Bryan. And this is just my opinion. I feel like one of the things that really bailed Daniel Bryan out was when CM Punk left the company that year.
You think? He was gonna face Sheamus at WrestleMania 30.
Because if CM Punk never left, Daniel Bryan never would have been the main event. That's not even a question. He never fought Triple H. CM Punk was gonna fight Triple H that year.
And Daniel's gonna face Sheamus in the mid card.
So I mean,
wait, what? For real?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's disgusting. Yeah. Oh,
CM Punk was supposed to face Triple H that year. Now he's supposed to win, but the main event was really gonna be Batista and Randy Orton.
All right, well, CM Punk leaving, it's kind of him being a martyr there. So
that leaving him, but again, that year he was really getting over. Like his reactions were insane. Like every building he went to, didn't matter where he went, people were just like behind him no matter what.
Yep.
So maybe Gargano. I think Gargano does have the potential. I really would like to see him I really would like to see him do something. Velveteen Dream too, man. He's really good. I hope when he comes to the main roster that they don't just.
But I
they
pray
don't. The same with Almas. The same with Almas, bro. Like, I feel like they're not gonna do no one Almas on SmackDown. Yeah. That's just how I feel.
No, I actually think he has a better chance on SmackDown than he does with Raw.
Yeah, especially with Road Dogg. Even what I heard is gone.
Even like Ultimate, where Ultimate Pain been at, bro? They ain't been on TV in like a couple months. Where they been at? I think they was on TV that one time after WrestleMania. I ain't seen them on TV since.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where they at? They can't have no type of tag team feud, and on the main roster they can work with somebody. They can work with a couple people on the main roster. Where they at? They ain't been on TV in forever.
Raw's tag team division is dead.
So it's just like I don't know. I feel like I just feel like Vince just protects. He just protects certain people. Like to me, like I'm surprised AJ Styles title. I didn't think nobody thought his title run was gonna last as long as it is, and I'm glad. And everybody loves AJ Styles, so I'm happy for that. But it's like
Vince does too.
Everybody for sure thought he was gonna lose at WrestleMania. They're like, hey, well, he's losing at WrestleMania. He's not gonna beat Nakamura at WrestleMania. Then everybody thought Nakamura might beat him at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Then it was Backlash. Then it was Money in the Banks. Now it's Extreme Rules against Rusev. So, and I don't think Rusev's gonna win. I think AJ's gonna win. I don't see Rusev winning. But it's just to me, like I'm surprised his title runs even lasted as long as
they didn't let Rusev win at Mania for the U.S. title. I don't think they're gonna let him win at Extreme Rules for the WWE Championship.
Especially because I think with AJ being the champion going to SummerSlam, they're gonna go for the biggest match, which is possibly AJ and Joe or AJ and Daniel or AJ and Miz. And much as I love Rusev, he doesn't have the star power that they do to bring bring others to watch that as much. Even though he is over, he don't know if he has that star power.
Yeah, SummerSlam's always been like for like the marquee matches. Like it's always been like for the names on the card. I mean, that's
except for Roman versus Brock.
No, what I said is they should just have Braun Strowman announce that he's just going to cash your Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. And just Brock at SummerSlam. Because that's believable. You can't tell me that's not believable. Braun Strowman actually saying, I'm cashing in, not sneaking up to cash. Like,
yeah, Braun Strowman doesn't need to sneak up. That's the thing.
Yeah, he doesn't have to sneak. He can literally say, I'm cashing in at SummerSlam, and then he can beat Brock at SummerSlam. And you could be like, damn, that was like, I'm not mad at that.
But here's what's gonna happen, and you know what? They're gonna do that because him sneaking up does not fit his character. Roman's gonna win the Fatal 5-Way Extreme Rules, but then Braun's gonna announce he's gonna cash in at SummerSlam, so it'll be a triple threat match. That way, the crowd doesn't completely turn on the match, and when Roman wins, they wouldn't have just crapped all over the match because Braun's in it.
Yeah, if they make Braun cash in and have him lose, if they make Braun cash in and have him lose, that's what was the point of even putting the briefcase on him? Come on now.
He shouldn't have won it. It should have been the Miz. I'd have been fine with Kofi if he won it.
I definitely want to see Miz. I want to see Miz or Joe win it. That's what I was looking for. But I thought Miz definitely should have got it. But when Braun won, I'm not upset about it. But like the perfect way for him to cash in would just to say, I'm cashing. Like he can easily just like come out with it, this whole Fatal 5-Way. He could have just ruined that. He said there ain't gonna be no Fatal 5-Way because I'm the number one contender. So ain't nobody facing Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam but me.
And then Roman's gonna talk about more about a conspiracy, this stupid storyline.
And then he could have been like, Roman, whoop your ass after whatever, something like that. Because
I should have won at the Greatest Royal Rumble. That title is mine.
I'm sick of that.
Uncrowned.
It's kind of getting irritating.
Champion.
Kind of getting.
I mean, honestly, he should have really just won at WrestleMania. If we're being honest, like he should have just had the belt at WrestleMania, and they could have just had him a little title run, even at the Greatest Royal Rumble. But that's like I said, if they have Roman fight him again, Roman he better win. I don't even want to see him lose. And I'm not a big Roman Reigns fan, but it's just like, what's the point of having him face Brock? What's the point of having him just keep getting crushed to Brock? Like, what is the point of having him beat everybody else?
They're trying to get him over. They're trying to get him over.
But it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Even people don't hate Brock Lesnar. They don't hate like what is there to hate about Brock Lesnar? The man comes out and he just
he's lazy.
Everybody.
He's lazy.
What is there to hate about that?
He's lazy.
He's lazy.
But he's lazy. But people, if you look at it, if you look at what he does, people like what's there to hate about the Brock Lesnar character? Like what is there to hate about the Brock?
Told you he's lazy.
Imagine if Braun Strowman comes out, he doesn't even say anything, and all he does is just like suplexes or something.
It bounces around the ring.
Yeah, it just kind of hops around a little bit instead of like his intimidating ass like scream with his arms in the air while walking like pacing down to the ring. It's I don't know, like I don't even hate Brock for this. I'm just not like a fan.
Honestly, I don't even like Brock anymore. Honestly, and you know it's funny because really, if we were in Brock's position, we would all take that. You barely had to do anything. You're getting paid more than anyone on the roster. You only got to show up about 5 to 6 times a year. Who wouldn't want to take that? And I get that part, but as a fan, I'm not gonna enjoy that.
That's right.
I see. I Brock Lesnar. I just don't
win the championship.
I don't want to see him with the title. I just don't want to see him with the title anymore. He doesn't need to have the belt. Like any match that you put Brock Lesnar in, It's just not. It's gonna be a marquee match. You don't have to put the belt in it to make it some type of special thing.
Honestly, the thing is that Brock doesn't have good matches like that anymore. I mean, other than AJ,
That was a good
great
match because it was AJ Styles.
Exactly, and I'm surprised Brock actually sold for AJ. I was afraid he was going to try to squash him. Other than AJ, Brock doesn't give us any good one-on-one matches.
That's the thing. It's because the way they book him. Like, this is because of the whole character thing now. Like, if you go back and watch his old matches, he can actually work if he actually does shit. But it's just the way they book him. Like, his matches are never long, and he doesn't really do much. I'm just like, if they actually book him right, and they actually make him go out there and do stuff, he can actually put on good matches. Because I can go back and watch a lot of good Brock Lesnar matches.
Okay, since he came back in 2012, how many good single matches did he have?
He had a good one with CM Punk at SummerSlam a couple years ago. He had. Let me see. I'm trying to think of all his matches he had. He had a good one with Triple H at SummerSlam a couple years ago. The one when he first came back. He had a good one with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. The first one they had was a really good one, I thought. AJ Styles, the AJ Styles one. Then he had a good one with the Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell match. That was a good one. A couple. The one at SummerSlam wasn't bad either, but it wasn't as better than Hell in a Cell one. But other than that, there's really no other ones besides that one. Besides those that I just named.
Yeah, I actually think and wonder if the fans are still going to be upset if you have Braun Strowman cash in, whether he cashes in ahead of time or at the pay-per-view event itself, and insert himself in the title match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. The fans will still be pissed off because what probably would happen is WWE would have Reigns go over and Reigns pinning Braun. So I know what Cameron was talking about with you have Braun in the match and make it a triple threat. The fans want to cheer on it because Braun's in it. But then you get to the finish of the match and Roman Reigns is pinning Braun. Then people are going to be pissed. And I just don't mean Roman haters. I just mean WWE audience in general, the smarks, specifically the smarks out there, Mark Smarks out there. With that decision, if you have Roman Reigns winning the title first off and having him pin Braun, you know, it's one of those, some fans don't know what they think. They'll be happy that the belt's off Brock and now back on Raw. Upset a little bit because Roman Reigns is the champion. And then on top of that, Roman Reigns pinned their guy, Braun Strowman, one of the most over superstars in WWE currently right now, along with Rusev and some others. So if that did happen in that scenario, I'm sure there'd be equal amount of outrages in general if Brock retained against Roman Reigns just that match one-on-one. So I think what would be better is you have Brock and Roman Reigns have their championship match at SummerSlam, be the main event. Then after that said main event, then you have Braun Strowman cashing in, but not in a sneaky way, but just still cashing in after the match. Because if you have Braun, though, in storyline and him as a face, it's better to have him cashing in beforehand. I still think a high amount of the WWE audience will not like the finish of Roman Reigns pinning their guy Braun Strowman and winning the Universal Championship, and Brock again not taking a pin and losing. Because remember, and I'm sure you guys have all heard or seen the stat about this, Eddie Guerrero is the last WWE superstar to pin Brock Lesnar for a main championship. Eddie Guerrero, the late Eddie Guerrero. So I think that would behoove WWE, hopefully, to have either Roman Reigns or if you want Braun, fine. But then let's this monster have one of them actually pin Brock and not have a semi-stupid ass finish of having Braun lose his Brock lose his championship and not be pinned. I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. What do you guys think?
I agree.
He just needs to drop the belt. He just needs to drop the belt at SummerSlam. I don't care who beats him at this point. I really don't. He just needs to drop it at SummerSlam. The title reign needs to end at SummerSlam. Period.
The title. I'm sorry, but yeah, I mean, at this point, if it's Reigns, just get it over with. If it's Strowman, I would like that, but just get the title off of him.
Okay.
Exactly. I don't care who takes it off him. I really don't at this point. I'll take anybody on that Raw roster. Don't just take the title off the man, please.
Okay. Well, come on, Jim. Time to take the title off Brock Lesnar.
No.
If it's anybody, if you want anybody to do it, then here comes Jinder.
I didn't say that. Malik did.
Absolutely.
So
I know.
If WWE let that happen, that would be the biggest shock. That would be one of the biggest shocks ever. I honestly, if that happened, I'm marking out, bro. I am marking out on that.
I tell you what, if they ever book that match, I will record my reaction.
All right.
They should have booked it. They should have booked it at Survivor Series. They played him.
Yeah, thank God they did that because we got one of the best matches of the year because of it.
No, they ain't gonna have. They wouldn't do that though. They wouldn't. They
No,
wouldn't
no,
do that.
Nah, they ain't that dumb.
They wouldn't do that. If they did that though, that would be great.
I don't even think Jinder can put the Colossal on Brock as big as his arms
are. Honestly, I don't think if they told Brock I don't think Brock he'd be like, you're out of your mind.
If they told Brock he had a job to Jinder Mahal, he would probably walk out, and I would actually support him for that.
Walk out like Austin did.
Yeah, Austin and Punk, he ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Trust me. If Braun, I'm just saying they had that chance for Braun Strowman at No Mercy. Heck, they could have had Braun take the title at No Mercy, and if they really wanted to do Brock and Roman, he could have dropped the title back to him at Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying, like, why is this title run? They only did that just because CM Punk. I don't care what anybody
Oh,
says.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same title, so he didn't break any record.
It's not the same title, but it's still they only made him past that run just because of the whole CM Punk thing. There's no reason that he should have even come close to that.
Like, I think one of these times, they're still so butthurt and bitter about CM Punk, they're going to break his other record, being a back-to-back Money in the Bank briefcase winner or ladder match winner. That little thing. I know that's not as big or whatever people random talk about, but that's just something I noticed when I was watching that Money in the Bank collection on the WWE Network. There with CM Punk's back-to-back wins, I'm sure that will, if WWE realizes that's one of the stats out there about CM Punk, have someone else break it, so to speak, and have a different superstar, or at least another one. Since it's not a record, it would just be another superstar joining Punk, being back-to-back Money in the Bank briefcase winners. But I want to move on and talk about the two big news items for this week. Well, actually three. First one being of Sami Zayn being injured out for the rest of 2018. May not even be returning until WrestleMania or night after WrestleMania. So that's what's going on with Sami Zayn. Also the firing, not releasing, but firing straight out Big Cass and him being Dunzo and out of there. And Carmella of that trio is the only one left there of that group. And then also, of course, the passing of Vader. That's also give you guys thoughts on all three of those topics, or if you want to talk about. Go right ahead. But yeah, Sami Zayn injury out for the rest of the 2018. Big Cass being fired from WWE and passing of Vader. So whoever wants to speak, go ahead.
I don't care about Big Cass.
Yeah, I don't either.
That makes three.
I thought Big Cass.
He probably got tired of losing Bryan. He probably got tired of losing Daniel Bryan, so he's like, I can't.
Yeah, he hasn't won a single match since he returned, and like I heard I think Brian Alvarez or someone said something about him, like speaking up about that, about not winning. And then there's something about him being intoxicated in public, as well as him going off script. Remember that one time with like the little dwarf guy
with the midget?
Yeah.
He just needs maturity issues. He needs to mature more. I thought, and I kind of still see if Big Cass does come back and actually gets his shit straight, that he can be WWE champion. He just
I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy him as WWE champion.
Nah.
But it's
like putting it on Dan Bates.
Especially for McMahon and big guys.
They had to build him up the right way first. Like, if it was going to be now.
Right, build him up. Right? So it's a possibility. For sure.
Hey, Mark. Imagine if they put the NXT title on Dan Matha.
Oh, iconic. Iconic.
Question, here's the thing. Now that Cass is gone, do you think he's gonna have like his own rap track like Enzo did? Because my God, that was terrible.
I hope not.
No.
Hey,
Consensual.
Enzo got bars, bro.
Mark.
I don't know. Mark.
He said consensual penis.
Enzo is just
that was a lyric in Phoenix.
Mark.
Enzo got bars.
Mark. You listen to me?
Enzo has.
Yeah.
I want you to go on your phone. I want you to delete every rap song you own. And I want you to delete. And I want you to stop listening to rap because you just did that. He got bars. Listen. My
bro, I'm playing with you, yo. He's buns, bro.
I would listen to Lil Pump or something before you listen to him.
And that's saying something because he's garbage too. I mean, like I said, there's only a few rappers I listen to: Drake, Chance, J. Cole. Those are the only rappers I really listen to for real. And just for the record, let me just say, yeah, Enzo, your bars are the equivalent to a good Lil Pump song, and that's not good. You're better. You're a better rapper than you are wrestling. You're a terrible rapper.
Ooh, that says a lot about his wrestling. Ooh.
I wouldn't say his rapping skill definitely ain't up to par. He need to work on. He need to have a ghostwriter or something. You know that?
Yeah, that
Write his
was
lyrics for
real
it.
concerning. The first song he came out, I was like, wow, what is this?
It does not understand. He need to have somebody writing his lyrics for something.
And still I rise from the ashes like a phoenix, middle finger to the sky, gripping my
consensual penis.
Wow. Yeah, that was.
Listen.
I dare someone to put that as a ringtone.
I dare you. Let me just say,
Absolutely not.
If you have,
I wouldn't even claim.
Phoenix is the Ram Ranch of rap.
Listen,
I wouldn't even claim that phone. If that phone went off, I would be like,
nah. Let me tell you.
Like, I know, my phone went off.
If you haven't listened to it, listen to Jim Cornette's reaction to that song. It is the funniest thing I've ever heard. His co-host could not stop laughing. Yes, I'm on the app.
I can't do it, bro. But the whole big cast. First, but the same thing. I didn't know the same thing with Injury though. I didn't hear nothing about that.
I heard about. I thought when Kevin Owens said it, I thought he was just like being kayfabe, but I didn't know it was for real.
I didn't know he was. I didn't know he was injured like that. I heard he was dealing with some nagging injuries, but they never said that he was like.
Yeah,
like,
torn rotator cuffs.
He just needed a big break because of all the BS crap they had for his build in this match against Bobby Lashley. And what the hell was that?
Damn, he got two torn rotator cuffs.
Mm-hmm.
Is Bobby Lashley a robot?
Bobby Alfred.
He has no delivery. He has the same he's very one note, but he's been like that since he's got to the main roster.
Dude, honestly, if Bobby Lashley if he just had that intensity stuff like with the promo and stuff, man, he'd just be so much better.
You bastard.
If he could have that,
Kathy,
if he could have that, he'd be great because when he was cutting that promo against Roman on Raw, I was like, man, Roman cutting a better promo than me, bro. That's the problem.
That was good.
You say your name is Roman and you're the big dog.
Don't do it.
I'm good.
God, I was like, man, his promos were just not. They're not good at all, man. And honestly, I feel like he used to be a lot better. Maybe I don't know because I was a little kid, but I feel like his promos used to be a lot better back when he was first in WWE than now.
Because he was like he was scary looking, like he looked like he could even kill somebody.
He was bad on the mic back then.
Yeah, he was. His mic skills were better back then.
Even though Bobby Lashley is super jacked up, he actually looks like a very friendly man.
Yeah.
He seems like he holds the door open for everybody. And that's probably why he's not going to hold the world title anytime soon. Because he's just going to let everyone pass him up on the contendership.
Oh, if I'm him, I mean, to me, I don't know. I really want to see him fight Brock. I don't want to see for the title, but that's always a match I thought would be a really good matchup if they built it up right and they actually did something they actually made the match right. It had to be right. It had to be right and it had to be the build up right. They can't, but they're probably knowing WWE, they'll probably just ruin it. They ruin every. I can't even get my hopes up when they put somebody against Brock because every time they do it and it's an actual matchup, like when they put him against Samoa Joe, and they put him against Braun Strowman, I was like, man, this is actually gonna be something pretty good, and it was both terrible.
What's your opinion on Bobby Lashley's theme song? His current one. Why can't they just have him come back with his old theme song? I don't understand.
Exactly. That's what I wanted for McIntyre.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now see McIntyre's theme song. I like his theme song now, but his old theme song is way better though.
His theme song's fine. Really good. His current theme song is fine. It's not as good as Broken Dreams, but it still holds up and it still fits him.
Oh yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. Just selfishly for myself, would have rather him, especially when he came up to the main roster, then have that old theme back and whatever. Maybe you wanted to
what they really
for
need to do,
NXT, fine, but when he comes back to the main roster, that would have been.
what they really need to do, they need to they now that they got Jeff Hardy doing his face paint, they need to give him his old theme song back. I'm tired.
No more words.
I would love that.
Yeah, they need to give him that theme song. Because that theme song was hard. I'm tired of the whole Hardy Boys. They don't need that. The only time they need to have that theme song when they team up as a tag team.
Did you know that the Hardy Boys theme song is actually just like stock music? Like it wasn't like Jim Johnston. It wasn't made for them. It's actually like it's on like a production library. They like it's one of those licensed themes, and they just stuck with it because it fit them really well.
Yeah, it fits. I don't know.
And same thing with Booker T's theme song, I think.
Booker T's theme song is actually pretty dope.
Yeah, and they added like Booker T quotes over it, so they gave him that extra flair.
Yeah, Booker T's theme song. I don't know. His theme song was always pretty cool to me. I've always liked his theme song.
The greatest thing,
Bobby Lashley, they need to bring back his old theme song. When he first came out with that new theme song, I was like, "What the hell is this? Did they really just give him this garbage theme?"
Which one?
The
one he has now. Like when he first, because everybody knew he was coming back that night, so I was waiting for it. So I'm waiting for the old theme, and then of course, they had him come out, and I was like, "What is this garbage? What is this garbage they just give him?" If you're gonna give somebody a new theme song, at least make it better. It gotta be better than the first one than they had. Come on now.
Oh wait, we're talking about Bobby Lashley, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, you could apply that theme to literally anybody. It is so cut and paste.
It's just terrible, man. It was awful, man. I remember when they said that they were gonna give Batista a new theme song when he came back because he said he kind of wanted one, but he said the options they were giving him were absolutely terrible. He was like, "There's no way I'm coming out to this garbage that you guys are giving me."
Yeah, I Walk Alone is good though. I like it.
Yeah, it's great.
And yeah, his theme song is actually pretty good. So like, I don't know why he would want to change it. I would just
Get something different.
Hey everybody.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but it's just like I feel like if you have a really good theme, then you really shouldn't change it. Like imagine if Triple H ever changed his theme song over there. Like he did, obviously he did. But like imagine the one he has now. Imagine if he came out to something different? You would like lose your mind.
To his old corporate theme.
I would be like, why in the world would he ever change his theme song? You had one of the most legendary theme songs ever, and you just changed it. Actually, all Triple H theme songs for real are actually pretty good. Not to be honest,
yes,
like if
all of them are
you
good.
listen to all his
My
songs,
time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it a little.
All his themes are really.
Question. Can you guys hear this?
Hopefully, you can comment over what you see. If it's too
Yes.
loud, just hung.
Well, this is actually the review of Cornette reviewing Enzo's song. If you guys wanted to hear it,
I would like to hear it.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Okay, they got the song in the background, so.
Your horn or something. Okay.
We gotta listen to the damn song.
We are live from Brooklyn, New York, for the 25th anniversary of sports. Oh goddamn! Gained a lot of weight. We will be live. Oh, this guy's not him. No, he's a spoof of wrestling fans.
It's the 25th anniversary of wrestling tonight. And if you knew anything
25th
about
anniversary of
you
wrestling.
asking me,
Because wrestling's only been around for 25 years, guys.
do my work.
Fucking piece of shit in that wrestling.
What the? Oh, so he's insulting the wrestling fans that are probably the only people that give a shit whether he bursts into flames or not. Well, no, you see, this guy's now getting upset because he just saw something on TV.
Lobby, son of a bitch, sitting on your fucking couch with your fucking phone in your hand, doing your armchair detective work.
Oh, good lord!
What the fuck's going on? What was that 2-month social media challenge? Think I was gonna say shit?
Oh, good lord.
I'm gonna let y'all talk shit. If I had a fuck to give, I would give it. If you don't talk, you ain't gotta leave. All you gotta do is rip it.
Wait a minute! I thought this was in English.
Sorry, I'm gotta admit it, yeah, I'm over the limit. Left car now with a one-way ticket. Rolled up with it. Spark that bitch. Turn it down with it. Let my lips. Piss excellence. Bitch, I just shit it. I feel the heat on the crazy eights. Let's see y'all pivot. Ball my corner.
I can't do it, bro.
24. Shit, footprint left off my head.
He's not even like mumbling, but you still can't understand him.
Once I love, once I hate.
This is the first time you've ever seen him in office.
I ain't dumb. What's he gonna say? What's he gonna do? Got him on toes like a midget. Out of year.
Is this why he got kicked off all those buses?
Yeah, at the beginning, he literally just bashed like the only people who know who he is.
Here we go.
Obviously, he did.
Phoenix, middle finger to the sky, gripping my consensual penis.
Shit, is he?
This apocalypse, guilty till you proven innocent. Hashtag was bullshit, is it? Hashtag was bullshit, is it?
Are you sure this isn't a therapy tape from his commitment ceremony?
Bill Cosby, bitch. Proof was only in radio. I used to make this shit. They can feel when you with it. When you genuine.
Did you say Bill Cosby?
60s as a role model. Time to start to read out. I ain't thinking about tomorrow. I ain't got a
How much would I bet Mark is like flopping his head right now?
see you at the civil trial. Let your witness game.
See you at the civil trial. Now he's
God.
dragging a casket.
My image that you tarnish. I ain't asking for an ounce of salt.
Oh my god, yeah, his image was tarnished by himself.
I can't wait for tomorrow. Rockstar lifestyle might not make it.
Yo, I'm sorry, this is bomb.
Allegation, falsified statement, fake news and defamation.
Why would he ever release this? Why would he release this? I don't know.
Information is the basis of their nation for our whole fucking nation. Break a story, and then you jump to conclusions. Break an ankle when you land and never
I just
pass
don't
the
know how he
resolution.
thought this was good. I'm saying.
How did he pass their wellness program?
Restitution in the midst of dissolution. Choose public prosecution over constitution. Ain't the right solution. Gender persecution hurts the Me Too movement and our women's revolution. Fuck you do. All of you
He's defending the Me Too revolution.
Scream Me Too, I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Justice long overdue. So here's a
Man, Marquise is fooling, but he's still out.
yeah, for me it is. And to anyone that shouted me, my dear mama's still fucking proud of me. You got your
You're right.
15 minutes, girl. I ain't bad at you. I'm below.
I'm glad your
I
I'm
got
glad
me
your mom's so
against the
proud.
world. It's still I rise from the ashes.
It never ends. I don't know what he's doing. He's grabbing his consensual penis again.
Consensual penis.
I can't imagine.
Cornette is hilarious.
I'm gonna have to unfollow Enzo just for this song. I can't
Jim
follow him.
Cornette is hilarious, man.
Anybody wants to consent with that penis?
I just had to look up the lyrics and I pulled up a few of them right here.
Well, yeah, because honestly, he was speaking English most of that time, wasn't he? It's just I recognized a few of the words. It's just that he's so horrible at what he's apparently doing. Help me. What was some of the stuff he was saying?
Still, I rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Middle finger to the
Hold on.
Still, I rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Middle finger to the sky.
Brian is back there laughing.
He can't even say it, bro.
Still, I rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Middle finger to the sky, gripping my consensual penis. Lion ass hoe at a phoenix.
Oh man, it's gonna be
All right,
I feel sad,
Wow.
bro. Honestly,
oh my
that.
god.
That has to be one of the. He can't possibly, dude. He needs to go writer. There's no way he wrote those lyrics.
I don't know who like their friend. He doesn't have real friends because his real friends would have told him, bro, don't release that.
Yeah, if you release that, I can't be a friend.
Absolutely, dude. If he was my friend, bro, don't put that out.
Don't release that, bro. Don't. Don't release it.
Yeah,
I got nothing against Enzo. I'm just being real, man.
No, I know. I know you guys would be like if be real with each other and be like, no, don't release that. Whether it's music or something else or a video to YouTube, it's like, no, that's shit.
That was terrible.
But no. Anyways, moving on from Money in the Bank, talking about Monday Night Raw. And the start of Monday Night Raw with Alexa Bliss and Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey. So I'm going how they look at Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey gets suspended for 30 days for not only attacking Alexa Bliss, but Kurt Angle referees as well. So that's what it was interesting, so to speak, to start the show off. Alexa Bliss, my gal, Little Miss Bliss, Little Miss Champion, 5-time women's champion. So what do you guys think of the opening segment of Monday Night Raw?
It was fun.
Loved it.
Yeah, it was. I loved it.
That's how Ronda should be.
That was really good.
Yeah, I like really that. They're showing her being dominant. That's good.
Yeah, I like that side of her. That was really good.
I remember like the first time she was like on the mic and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm happy to be here. Yeah, it's a nice place. How's the weather? It's good."
Yeah, she was a little too much.
But I don't know. I hate when she be talking trash in the ring. I don't know. It bothers me. Just the way she be saying it. I'm just like, come on.
I am Ronda Rousey.
It's like.
Hear me roar.
I don't know.
I was like born ready.
Willing and able.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes when she talk trash, it's not that intensity is not there. I just feel like on that, but like anything that it's like I don't like how she's.
What? I didn't hear a single thing.
I didn't hear the end of that.
I said I just liked how like she didn't have to say anything when she came out on Raw. She just kind of just beat everybody up.
Yeah, it was cool.
Oh, okay. Now the other thing going on Monday Night Raw is the continual tease of something of Sasha Banks and Bayley, with her friendship imploding, coming together. Hopefully, some of these times they do finally truly implode and have a match at a pay-per-view. And as I've been saying for weeks, have Bayley be the one go heel. Give her that opportunity to be a heel. I think she would do pretty well in one of those sink or swim situations. Instead of having Sasha Banks, we already know she's pretty dang good as a heel herself. Have her be the babyface, and Bayley being the heel in their actual feud leading to SummerSlam or whatever their match actually going to be on a pay-per-view. But this continual tease and how long does this continue just dragging out? Though the match, I'm sure when they finally do have one on pay-per-view will be great. It's just getting old to me. I don't know about you guys thinking on it, but just to me, it's getting old. I just want to get to the dang pay-per-view match and them actually having a feud. And even if it does steal a show and maybe it's match of the night for whatever that pay-per-view is, still not going to be as satisfying for me personally, individually, because of how long they freaking tease this shit. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yep.
I'm bored. I'm really bored of this whole like Bayley and Sasha divorce parent.
They teased it, but then they stopped teasing it, and then now they're teasing it again.
They've been throttling this thing for months to the point where everyone is just like not invested anymore.
They teased it like they're gonna fight at WrestleMania. They teased like they're gonna fight at WrestleMania, and then they stopped. Then they went away from it, and now they're teasing it again, out of nowhere, just like randomly.
Yeah, they had it. Then they had a match on Raw even, and then it went back to or they're okay for a little bit. Then they imploded again, and someone turned on the other, and then it's just a dumbass song and dance, just gone for too long. At least definitely for me, just have them finally have this feud, have a match at pay-per-view, and move the frick on.
I like that Sasha Banks left the arena in her ring gear. She just hops in the car and drives away. Like
she doesn't have time for change.
No bags or anything, no luggages, no like, just ring attire. Just like, all right. It's like she's just playing hide and seek for a little bit. She'll drive away once like Bayley leaves.
Oh, they say she was so pissed you didn't even want to get her luggage. You just want to get the fuck out of there.
No phone, no nothing.
She'll circle around back to get that stuff afterwards.
She got. I mean, obviously, she needed her car keys to get into the car. Did she like grab them and not grab any of the other bags?
Oh, true.
Or stop to change.
She just ran in, got the keys, ran out.
Well, they waited too long to do it. Now it was too little, too late. No one cares. They had their chance back at Elimination Chamber to start, and really when they could have really started it was when they had that backstage segment when Sasha said she's a 4-time women's champion, and Bailey said, "How long would you keep it?" And they had the brawl. That's when a feud should have started. But nah, they went backwards on it.
So now I guess they're gonna fight. I guess they're gonna fight at SummerSlam. I'm guessing maybe at Extreme Rules, but
probably
they're just gonna tease it for a lot more, and they're gonna build up to a fight at SummerSlam, and then they're gonna shake hands and go in opposite directions, and then the Raw after SummerSlam, they're gonna continue
and have the match or tease it all the way up to WrestleMania. I mean, why not? I mean, people always say the whole fight forever, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Now it seems like that's going to be the way of teasing it with Bayley and Sasha Banks.
Yeah, but the thing is with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is that like the fans are like behind them kind of the whole time, and nobody's invested in this thing with Bayley. I mean, I'm not invested in this thing with Bayley and Sasha.
And I'm only invested because I want Bayley to be the heel in the feud, and even if that doesn't happen, then fuck it even more.
I don't know how Bayley's gonna be as a heel, considering like her whole gimmick. Like she got over in NXT with wacky inflatable tube men, and Sasha Banks got over in NXT by being like a really good heel. Like I don't know, like I wouldn't want like the tables to turn there, even though like I don't know how the fans will get behind Bayley as a babyface. But I don't know how she'll perform as a heel.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone. I feel like most people like Sasha Banks regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they won't care about her on that side, but it's more like you said on the Bayley side. I just think it would be best to have Bayley be the heel because, like you said, Sasha Banks, that's how she got her stardom, as the boss, becoming the legit boss, being that great heel that she was in NXT and continuing on the main roster. And for Bayley, I want WWE to give her a chance being a heel and see where she can go with it. Well, like I said earlier, sink or swim situation. How she can be. Because at some point, I mean, I guess they don't have to, but I would think at some point they would have Bayley, just like most of the superstars, as a face at one point, as a heel at another point, and see how they would do. And I think Bayley as a heel actually could do better than most think, but obviously you don't know until it actually happens. So I want to actually see it. I want to see if it actually happens first off, and if it does happen, then see how she does moving forward, taking that ball and running with it, so to speak, as a heel. And as a heel against Sasha Banks, who in real life is one of her best friends. And as they often say, those that are good friends off screen make great feuds and rivalries on screen. Just say if we even do have a actual feud with Rusev and AJ Styles, or just one match, probably, how that would be, because they're good friends off screen, up, down, do videos there with your Woods channel. But back here with Bayley and Sasha Banks, I really hope that they go in that direction of Bayley being the heel, and then they have that match at a pay-per-view. But again, like I agree with all of you, this song and dance, this tease of it, and continuing just back and forth, it is getting old to the point of if they don't turn Bayley heel, then they're gonna lose me in it in the feud all totally, as most or some others in the audience that already have.
I thought overall, Raw was pretty decent. Like I don't know what the heck they're gonna do with this Bayley Sasha Banks whole segment feud thingy, whatever you want to call it. But it was alright. I feel like it's too late to actually try to make this as relevant as possible. Like you guys were saying earlier, they could have started as early as the Elimination Chamber, but they just delayed it and didn't care about it for so long. It's like, okay, they're still going at it again? Oh, all right. Nothing to it. I've seen this before. So, I mean, there's a lot they could work on. But yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was all right.
Yeah, Raw being okay, I think SmackDown Live was just as good, if not better, of a show this past week. And with the main event being Rusev winning that gauntlet match, 5-man gauntlet match to a new number one contender to face AJ Styles at Extreme Rules. Rusev getting the win, him getting the title opportunity. But like I said, all in all, I think SmackDown Live was pretty good. You guys did see SmackDown Live. What are you guys' thoughts on the show as a whole in the main event?
Honestly, with the opening segment, it wasn't terrible, but I don't like how they literally copied the same promo from Monday night. Where Alexa, she started off humble, then turned into the brash heel she is. And then I think doing the same thing with Carmella was kind of lazy. Just she started off all humble and nice, and then turned into the Brad Hill. Like, why do the same thing 2 straight nights? You think no one's gonna pick up on that? But other than that, I thought it was a pretty good show. The Gauntlet was great, especially Daniel Bryan versus Big E.
Yeah, and then you had the Bludgeon Brothers come out there and attack Daniel Bryan because of their little interaction they had, kind of a Y family reunion there. After the Bludgeon Brothers retained their SmackDown Live Tag Team titles facing the Good Brothers again, and then in that main event you had them attack Daniel Bryan, and then the Miz comes out because it's his turn. They're in the Gauntlet match, skull crushing finale, and eliminate Daniel. I think they're really trying, it's a different kind of teasing, but the right way of teasing. That match, because that might be a SummerSlam or held off all the way to WrestleMania. Hopefully not, but still, there between Daniel Bryan and The Miz, because we thought we were going to get it right off the bat with Daniel Bryan's return and everything from the jump, from his return there, but that not to be the case, big cast and so forth. So, overall, I think SmackDown Live did deliver for sure. Mark or Gabe, what do you guys think outside of the show?
Oh, I didn't watch SmackDown, and I regret it because I saw on Instagram Rusev winning a gauntlet match.
Yes, Rusev.
No, yeah, I had visitors. I had my family visiting the house, so like my basement where I watched SmackDown was taken over by them. So.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't know.
I just pulled up an article. It says the title is more details on what led to Big Cass WWE release, and these bullet points are pretty. These bullet points are interesting, I think.
Okay.
One of them says Cass blowing off a promo rehearsal with Kevin Dunn, going long during the live version of that same promo. Behavioral issues on the European tour, including an incident where Cass locked himself out of a bathroom and broke the door down. Cass believed he was being pranked, but no one else could use the bathroom privately due to the damage.
Well, he made the Beaver mad. What else can you say?
Yeah. I can't believe he locked himself out of a bathroom and knocked the door down. That's I don't know. I don't know how to react.
He's interesting. Very, very interesting.
And I heard something about him being like intoxicated in public.
I heard about that too.
That's also like, I feel like that's something that like you shouldn't do. That's like one of those like, it's not even just in WWE, just in general. Like it's one of those unwritten rules of like being a pedestrian or a citizen or a human in general. Whatever. I never cared about Big Cass. I didn't like. I mean, the thing is with like Enzo and Big Cass, Enzo's promos were always kind of entertaining, but the thing is, I always saw it as a carbon copy of New Age Outlaws. They had the exact same like structure with their entrance, with like the promo like starting
with a catchphrase the audience get involved in.
Yeah, we got Road Dogg talking, and Enzo talking, and then we got like the larger dude in the back who does the catchphrase at the end. And the catchphrases are so like similar. Like there's only one word to describe you. Sounds like almost the same thing as we got 2 words for you, in my opinion. If you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch the entrances side by side.
Yeah.
Honestly, like when how did y'all feel when you found out Big Cass was released?
It just hit me by surprise, but honestly, I'm like, I wish him the best, but I really never cared for him.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I was like, wait, for real? Really? And then I was like, all right.
I didn't care. I was surprised, though. Like, I didn't see it coming. I was like, whoa.
It's almost the same. I say almost because I actually liked Austin Aries, but it was kind of like the same way like Austin Aries got abruptly released. But I was there at Extreme Rules and I saw him like after the match, just kind of like maniacally smiling at the end of the match with Neville, just chilling there. Like
you were Extreme Rules last year?
Yeah.
Do you live in Baltimore or are you just there?
Yeah, I go to MSJ, dude. I shouldn't have said that on podcast.
Shouldn't have said it online.
Oops. MSJ, that is
My serious job. My serious job.
my serious job in Toledo, Ohio.
Too late now. They already heard you. They're gonna come find you.
I didn't know Baltimore existed until Extreme Rules happened. What's a Baltimore? I don't know. Maryland is funny.
Yeah.
We're all screwed. We're dead. Just kidding. I don't think anyone's gonna care.
Yeah, I graduated, so.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyron straight then. You and Mark in trouble.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know him.
What's the MSJ?
My serious job.
What's MSJ stand for, Kyron? What's it stand for?
Well, you gotta ask them. I can't tell you that.
Yeah, my serious job. I don't know what you're talking about.
You went to that place. What does it stand for? You know what it
All right.
stands for. My serious job.
All right, moving right along. Talking about passing of Vader. You guys have want to throw it to the group, and you guys each individually share your fondest memories.
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer this year, and they should have done it before. But like it doesn't feel. It's not gonna feel the same because it's posthumous, and it feels like it's out of obligation.
Yeah,
I think he should have been in there at least a couple years ago.
He even told them. He even told me he only had like 2 years to live, so they should have put him in that time frame.
Yeah, so he could cut a speech. Now he can't.
Yeah,
honestly, I think he's ahead of his time. He was an agile big man. If he, was in his prime today, I think he could be a big star in the company. I've only I remember him from one match. His match against Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam '96, which was very good. But I didn't get to watch Vader, but he was a legend.
Yeah, he was a really good big man. I've watched a few. I watched his matches with Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels. I've seen a couple with Sting. I've seen a couple with Kane. So I've seen a couple of his matches, but I heard he was.
Does anyone just find it weird that Drew Carey is in the WWE Hall of Fame and Vader is not?
Donald Trump's in the Hall of Fame. Come on now, man.
Donald Trump's in the Hall of Fame. Kid Rock, of all people.
President Trump's in the Hall of Fame too. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of people ahead.
Snoop Dogg's in the Hall of Fame.
But here's the thing. Now, this is not a political statement in any way, but of the celebrities, he actually should be in the Hall of Fame because he did hold WrestleMania 4 and 5, and because of him, WrestleMania 23 did get one of the highest buy rate at the time. The only celebrities who are and who should be are Donald Trump, Mr. T, Mike Tyson, and who else?
Arnold.
Who else? I forgot.
Snoop Dogg's
Arnold Schwarzenegger, maybe.
Maybe Schwarzenegger. Who else? I know I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, well, I remember later. I still stand by. If you talk about celebrities, I think Cyndi Lauper should be in there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, you look at what she did for WrestleMania 1, then she definitely should be in there.
I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the celebrity wing of the Hall of Fame, but there is definitely some that did have an impact. So it kind of makes sense to put them there. I mean, essentially, like to the bare bones of WWE, it's pretty much a TV show. So I guess it makes sense that like some celebrities are in it. I mean, it's a lot more complex than just a TV show, of course, but I'm just scrolling through back and forth in the Hall of Fame, and I'm seeing that I'm really like wishing that I really think Vader is a perfect fit for this.
Christian.
Yeah, Christian, of course. Yes, Christian too as well.
Hey, I don't know if y'all want to know this, but I just got like a spoiler thing from NXT.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for that, bro.
It says undisputed era won back the tag team titles.
Oh, wow.
Are you serious? For real? What?
All right.
Yeah, it said Tyler Bate threw it. I said Tyler Bate threw him the towel when Trent Seven was struggling, leg lock, and he lost.
Ooh. Really? Tyler Bate walked out on Trent Seven. Ooh. Right. I mean, that's what I got from it. I don't know. Is that what happened?
I mean, I guess I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
threw in the
thinking-
towel. All right, so then
Yeah.
like it's different. Never mind. I thought he was like
Oh,
walking
okay,
out.
like a giving up thing. All right, man.
It's like that really uncomfortable thing with Vince and Stephanie.
Yeah, I was in the audience that night
Oh,
You talking about which one? You talking about
when he choked out with the pipe at No Mercy 03.
Oh, that was great. That was great stuff.
That was terrible.
That was fantastic stuff.
that was interesting.
I honestly, I love. That's like one of my favorite matches like I've ever watched.
I loved it.
Vince McMahon, the whole Vince McMahon's character is so like his heel character is so amazing.
Yep.
I mean, I understand it was a little gruesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Choking
seeing
out
him,
his daughter.
seeing a man choke his own daughter out.
It was a little gruesome,
fight.
but it wasn't like I don't know. I didn't think it was really like all that dramatic to me. Like it's because it's entertainment, it's wrestling, so it's like honestly like I just like no, honestly they don't hate it. Like he doesn't hate his own daughter. Like he's really
Yeah, man, it's entertainment. Katie Vick.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
Don't
gonna.
make
I
me
don't know.
don't make me sick.
At any time, like I don't know. Like it's entertainment thing. I really don't have a problem with it, but it's just fun to throw in Katie.
I don't know who came up with that storyline. That was terrible. It was awful.
What about?
I wish they would do more stuff like that. I wish they would do stuff like that now in WWE. They don't do like. I understand the whole PG concept. Like I understand the whole PG concept, but it's like it's wrestling so much better when it wasn't like PG.
You know what's funny?
I
And
agree.
I'm gonna say something that you guys did not know. SmackDown was always PG, even from 1999 till when WWE went PG fully. SmackDown has always been PG.
I mean, obviously it's
I
been
didn't know
PG.
that.
It's been PG to an extent. There was always like lines that wouldn't cross, but obviously I can't say that because they crossed a lot of lines. But like, come on, you're not gonna see like two people have a live sex show anymore. Like that's not happening anymore. But like,
No.
like I remember when Edge Lita did that, and my grandma came in. And she was like, "What the hell are you watching?" I was like, "I swear to God, this is on Monday Night Raw. I have no idea what's going on, but this is literally on wrestling right now."
I didn't see that when it first happened. Then again, I don't think I'd been allowed to. I was 6 at the time.
The same thing. Like
I watched that.
my opinion on that, like it's really only for like shock factor and just like the fact that like he pulled it off and like actually did it. I don't think like
that's like one of the
maybe
most
like I guess like
one of the most high rated segments in Raw history.
It is the highest rated. It is
because like people that are watching are like desperate to see something.
Yeah, because
It's
sex
on TV 14 television.
If you go back and watch it, there were literally. If you go back and watch it, there were literally little kids sitting in the front row watching that. They're like little, like 6 and 7 years old. Why? They're staring in the ring, like what is going on?
Imagine
If you actually go back, and watch it and pay attention to it, there are little kids like they're sitting in the front row right there, like in the front row, sitting watching this.
That's it. You're not watching Raw.
Yeah. That's the end of that.
But
what did you get me into? You're grounded.
They just think that they just don't do anymore that I wish they would still do. I don't know. Because I go back and watch some. Because I go back on the network and I watch some like the old Raws and stuff like that, and I'm like, man, I remember when they did this. Like, I don't know. There's stuff that they just don't do anymore. Like, I wish they would just at least bring some of that stuff back.
They got to do a better job balancing like the wrestling with the entertainment, the sports with the entertainment, because it's very
Like I remember, like
it's waning.
I went back and watched like the whole DX and McMahon feud from 06. That stuff is like legendary. All that stuff was like so funny. It was entertaining. The matches were pretty good because Triple H and Shawn Michaels carried the matches. But
I like the thing with the Miz and New Day from last week. I think that was funny.
See, that's good stuff too. But it's like the stuff that they were doing was like it was insane stuff. Like it's just the stuff that they're I don't know, man. Like the stuff I remember. When they spray painted his limousine and then they spray painted the jet plane in the world headquarters, it's like I don't know, man. That stuff was just like that's just stuff they just don't do anymore.
The funniest thing of that DX segment was I just kicked Stan when Sean just walked down the hallway kicking everybody. That was mad.
That was Ty Dillinger.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that was hilarious, dude. I remember that.
What's your name? Stan.
You guys remember? This is later on. You guys remember when Shawn Michaels was in the and it was like a segment. Shawn Michaels in like kitchen cooking food, and he switched.
That was pretty funny.
That was funny.
Yeah, when he was the chef. When he was the chef.
That had me in tears.
Yeah, he supposedly kicked that little girl in the face.
That was.
Oh yeah,
That
that's
had
cool.
me in
That was see that was some good stuff. It's just like
Yeah, they don't do anything surreal anymore.
if you go back, I went back. I remember when when Randy Orton was doing the whole Viper stuff, and then like Triple H like broke into his house. Like they don't do stuff like that no more. Like that stuff was like they just don't do stuff. Like I remember when he broke. I remember watching Raw, and I remember when he broke into his house and they had like that fight. I was like, this is gonna be one of the best segments I ever watched. This is crazy.
I mean, they're kind of pushing the boundaries. Like, I mean, look at the stuff. I mean, the stuff Gargano and Champ are doing. That's probably the closest thing we got to pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, because Triple H. Randy Orton. I remember when he DDT Stephanie and he kissed her in the mouth when he had Triple H handcuffed. That was cold blooded stuff, right?
Yeah, and then it led to a boring match.
Yeah, well, nobody after Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, there was nothing that was gonna top that match. That match,
Yeah.
WrestleMania could have ended right there, and everybody would have been happy.
It should have been the main event of WrestleMania 25, but what do I know?
If you actually watch the interview, Shawn Michaels said that him and Undertaker were backstage, like just going over stuff, and somebody came in and Undertaker asked what number they were on the card, and he said like they were 4. He said they said yeah, and he said Shawn said he looked at him and said, well, that's turned it up to a new level.
Yeah.
And then Triple H said after that match he went and found Randy and he said that he said Randy was like putting tape on or something like that, and they were watching the match, and after the match Triple H looked at Randy and said dude, we're so fucked right now.
Yep. And the funny thing is, if you rewatch the Triple Threat right after that, the crowd really was not as dead as people want to make you believe for the Triple Threat, but they were dead for Triple H and Randy Orton.
Yeah, they were really dead for that match. That match was really dead. But the build-up was really good, though. That was one of the best build-ups I think I've ever watched for WrestleMania.
The problem is the match needed a stipulation. They didn't have one.
Yeah, that they should have made that match like a street fight or something. They should have put some type of stipulation in there for that for sure. Because that whole build-up was like, it was my grandma doesn't watch wrestling, but she hated Randy Orton when that stuff was going on. She was like, I don't understand how they get away with this shit. Like, she just didn't understand. It. But she was like, she hated Randy Orton. The two people she hated the most were Randy Orton and Chris Jericho. She can't stand them two. Because when Jericho was calling people like, I remember we were in the crowd. We were in the crowd one time, let her run in at Raw, and he was calling everybody hypocrite and shit like that. And she was like losing her mind. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. She's like, somebody needs to come out and whoop his ass right now. I don't know who it is, but why is he talking to us like this?
Oh, the only like reaction like that I've gotten from that like I've witnessed was when my brother, who doesn't watch wrestling, like he was also there at Extreme Rules, and Bailey was like super hesitant with the kendo stick. He was like, "Come on, what are you doing?"
We don't mention that match in the show.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That match with Bailey and Alexa Bliss at the other pay-per-view that happened. My brother thought it was cool. There we go. I covered up for everything. I'm really good at covering up for things if you didn't realize.
Hey, I don't know about y'all, but in the Money in the Bank ladder match, the women's match, really good ladder match. But I remember, I don't know why this is random, but yeah, I remember when Naomi did that crossbody on Sasha and she landed on that ladder.
That was Ember.
That
was, oh my god, dude! I was like, holy shit when that happened. I couldn't believe that happened. I was like, oh my god. Cause she's so small. Like, she's just so small, and she like hit that. She landed on the ladder like so hard. I was like, oh my god.
And a funny moment there was with Lana doing the accolade to Bliss.
Yeah, it was funny. I liked that.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why Lana was in that match. I've never understood
that. But here's the thing, Lana actually looked good in that match. Did good in the match.
She did look good, but they could have put like Peyton Royce somebody in that match instead of Lana.
That's what I said.
I don't know why they put Lana in that match, but she actually did pretty good though. That match was really good. It was way better than last year's. Last year's was terrible. This year's Money in the Bank ladder match.
I don't remember anything from last year's except for Ellsworth at the end.
This year's Money in the Bank ladder match should have been the first one ever. This should have been the first one.
Yeah, they should have waited until like the cross, like the pay-per-views were cross-branded. And I think that like Money in the Bank should be one of the, like, even like when they had like their own brand specific pay-per-views. I didn't think like the really big like gimmick match based pay-per-views like Hell in a Cell and Money in the Bank. I don't think that they should have had like
I
specific
always
brands.
said they should have just saved Money in the Bank for WrestleMania. That way, that gives people a chance to at least make the card and do something.
Well, I like how I know, and that's how it started off being at WrestleMania. But I like how it's being
I
its own
guarantee you
pay-per-view.
something good on the card. All we have something like all we have like on the card that we know will be like I guess fine, and we don't even know because like these are really hit or miss. The Andre the Giant Battle Royals, like that's like one thing to sort of like it.
Yeah, but
I
the
remember
Money in the Bank ladder match.
30.
They should just have the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania because at WrestleMania there are always stars that you know there's gonna be on the card. They're gonna make it, and then there are stars that we like that we were like Elias. Like we worry like I want to see Elias at WrestleMania, but like there's so many other spots they gotta fill up. But if they had the Money in the Bank ladder match, it's something that he could do. It's something that they put. I remember they put Shelton Benjamin in that match every year. He was in that match every year.
It was
Like
normally the
Kofi,
MVP
like
of the match.
Kofi.
He was.
It used to probably make sense to have it its own pay-per-view when it has grown, and now it is a big five. So if it ever does go back to specific pay-per-views for each brand, it will be a co-branded event, like Survivor Series, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. You know, so that was pretty awesome in its own right.
Yeah, I wish they would just take out like Elimination Chamber and Hell. I wish they would just make those matches just special for occasions, like pay-per-views. Like I don't like the whole Hell in a Cell pay-per-view type stuff. I don't know. And TLCs, like I just think they should save those matches just for like
special occasions when they're necessary.
Special occasions, yeah.
Hey, remember Fatal 4-Way?
Yes, I do.
Remember Taboo Tuesday?
Cyber Sunday.
Cyber Sunday. See, I actually like those pay-per-views though.
Cyber Sunday, I like more than Taboo Tuesday because Cyber Sunday made you think you actually had a hand in anything, even though you didn't.
So did Taboo Tuesday.
Remember that time on Raw when like everyone thought like when it was like when you like voted for like Evan Bourne's opponent and people thought it would be Sin Cara, but like
I was there. Yeah, I was there.
It was Mason Ryan.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Wait, was it in Baltimore?
Yeah, it was.
Oh shoot! I missed so many. I've missed so many events in Baltimore.
That was the night. That was the night Punk.
I missed all of it.
That was the night that Punk won the no one contenders match for Money in the Bank against Cena.
Oh boy.
Yeah. See, I wish. I remember. I wish they would just take those pay-per-views. Like I remember the pay-per-views I grew up. I wish they would just bring back the pay-per-views that I grew up on, like Armageddon. No Way Out, freaking Judgment Day. Like, we bring those pay-per-views back.
Yeah, one pay-per-view I want actually, I just brought back, but brought from WCW, and that
Halloween Havoc.
Halloween Havoc, yeah, that's where I was gonna go.
Halloween Havoc was cool. That was a really cool pay-per-view name.
Yeah,
they even came up with some, but like, they even came up with some good pay. Like Over the Limit, I didn't mind Over the Limit. Over the Limit was a fine pay-per-view name for me, but like Great Balls of Fire, like that was come on now, just like the worst pay-per-view name you could ever come up with in your life. You see how they didn't bring it back. They did a one-time thing. They didn't bring it back.
Yeah,
this was a good show.
But like Over the Limit, like I'm cool with stuff like that. But it's like I wish they would just take out TLC and take out Hell in a Cell and Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank. Like they don't need their own pay-per-views. You could save those for like when a SummerSlam coming up and you got like a big match, say like a Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles gonna wrestle, and they're gonna be like, oh, that match is gonna be a TLC match or something like something crazy like that.
I'll tell you what they need to bring back and do it right. Bring back the King of the Ring pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, they do it. If they do it right, I'm with you on that. Because every time somebody wins King, the last person to win King of the Ring and was actually good was Booker T. Ever since then.
Then we got King Sheamus and King Barrett
and King Regal.
Oh yeah.
Booker T was the last one to actually do something with it.
Well, nothing will ever be as bad as King Mabel. So.
Gosh.
Big Daddy
Worst pay-per-view in WWE history.
Gosh.
I dare you show me one worse than King of the Ring 1995.
Honestly, I never understood how people would carry him out to the ring. That man was 500 pounds. I'm like, these are some strong motherfuckers right now.
Oh yeah, like watching I watched one of the old like Jeff Hardy, like the Hardy Boys like documentaries when it was all on like DVD. And like there's like a clip of like Jeff and Matt were like some of the people carrying Mabel, and they were struggling so much. Like even like
500 pounds. I'm like, why are you guys carrying this man to the ring?
I haven't seen like even like all of the high spots that like Jeff does. Like I haven't seen like that much pain in his face. Like when he's carrying like he's carrying Mabel, and he has like that weird like middle part bowl cut. Like he
Exactly. Like why?
He can
why
barely stand. His knees were
carrying a
wobbling.
500 Like why are you carrying a 500-pound man to the ring? This man 500 pounds.
I stand by the fact
This
that
man
they-
he crushed the Undertaker's face. Okay, come on.
He crushed the Undertaker's face.
Why do you think
He
Undertaker
broke.
was wearing that gray
He broke.
mask?
He broke the Undertaker's.
Oh, that's the
eye.
reason he wore the
Remember-
mask.
Yeah, he broke his eye socket.
That's
Ooh,
what got him fired.
That's why
Yeah,
he had
I mean-
that. That's why he came out with that mask on, because he crushed his face and he busted his eye socket.
See, if I could do my fancy booking from in '95, I would have rearranged that tournament and had the finals been Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker and King of the Ring, since those are the two people that people cared about. Undertaker wins King of the Ring. Don't do the King gimmick with him. He faces Diesel at SummerSlam in the main event, and Shawn still faces Razor in the ladder match. I just fixed two of their worst pay-per-views right there.
Of course, they did. They did a lot. They did a lot more different stuff back then, like that. That's just. I never understood the whole Mabel. I was never a fan of Mabel, Viscera, Big Daddy V, whatever you want to call him. He was never a good wrestler. I mean, obviously he's so big, like he can barely move in the ring.
Malik, just take my advice.
Yeah,
Take my advice. Do not watch King of the Ring 1995. It will scar you.
I've already
I'm
seen.
gonna watch King of the Ring 1995 tonight.
Okay, there you
Don't say
go.
I didn't-
I've already seen it.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
That's
not
that's
even-
Dave's
No,
late
I'm-
night viewing.
Yeah, I know what to expect. Wait, is the entire card like terrible, or is it
Yes.
just like the?
Yeah.
Let me
Okay.
just tell you. There's Bret Hart and Jerry Lawler in a Kiss My Foot match. Do I need to continue?
It's not a good. It's
No
not a good
comment.
Not
Oh,
a good
thank-
pay per view. It's not a good pay per view at all. This is before WWE was like doing badly. Like it was never doing terrible. So
95 is their worst year, and that was the worst show of that terrible year, and it's the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen in my life.
What year? 1995 King of the Ring.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
95 King of the Ring.
I'm gonna skip to the last 10 minutes of it.
No, because that's not where the tournament final is.
Oh wait, never mind. Oh wait,
You
why
have
isn't
to
the
watch- you have to
why
watch-
isn't
you
the
have to watch the
tournament
whole thing.
final in the main event when the title of the pay-per-view is the tournament?
Thank
Do you
you.
want to? Did
You
you
have
want
to
to see
watch.
King? You want to see Mabel versus Savio Vega in the main event?
Wait, that was the main event?
No,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
the tournament. That was the
That was
tournament.
the
I mean,
tournament.
that was the end of the tournament.
was-
What?
That was the tournament final.
Savio Vega and Mabel, man.
Wait, who is the roadie? Oh, is that
Road
Road
Dogg.
Dogg?
That's
Road
Road
Dogg.
Dogg.
That's a
Road Dogg.
terrible name.
That's when he used, you know him and R-Truth used to be like a rap group, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
K Quick.
Getting rowdy. Yep.
Yeah,
They shouldn't give a rapper a name with that many Ks.
He's that pay per view is not good, man. It's not good. It's
Yeah,
actually-
I'm just dialing through. I'm skipping like right now. Mabel's just sitting on Undertaker, like holding his face.
Yeah.
I skipped 30 seconds into it. Mabel is still sitting on Undertaker. Is this a resting hold for Mabel? It's sure as hell not for the Undertaker. Oh,
I
they're up
stand-
now.
The only two
Mabel.
people the fans cared about in that tournament was Shawn Michaels and the Undertaker. They should have been in the finals.
Yeah, they put Mabel and freaking Savio Vega.
They're trying to be too cute.
This is before they got saved by Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Mabel tried to
Yeah.
pin Undertaker by sitting on him, and he almost fell off Undertaker.
Dude, man, he broke his. I think is that the match where he broke his eye socket, Kyron?
No, it's not that one. There's one later on.
Because I remember when he broke his eye socket, man. It's gosh.
What's Kama doing in here?
Face of Shawn.
Yeah.
No, Kama. Not Kama Mustafa, Kama. As in Godfather.
Yeah.
Facing Shawn Michaels.
Jesus Christ.
He just came out here during this match, and now Undertaker's just walking at him.
Pay-per-view,
Now we're zooming in on a Stridex blimp.
I thought I told you not to watch that show.
It's none of
Yeah,
your
you
shit.
did. And I just want to see.
He likes to see the car accidents. He likes to see the craziness.
Oh yeah, just on my way home a couple days ago, I just see like this old guy like trying to do like a U-turn, but he turns too wide, and then like he's in like the oncoming lane where I'm trying to go, and just like chilling there. Like he just stopped right where I'm trying to drive, or not. I'm not driving, but like
Right.
where I'm trying to get.
On the way home, I see one of our rural areas, older lady. She parked her car, and literally half of it was up on the median. And it's like she didn't give a crap, but she just got her car and just looked at me. I'm like, why are you parked like that? Like seriously.
They must be going nuts in Puerto Rico.
No good for.
Yeah, just listen to that crowd. They must be going nuts, guys.
It's Philadelphia.
Yeah, Savio Vega's not. He's Puerto Rican, but they're in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to watch the rest of the pay-per-view. Yeah, Kyron, you warned me.
It's not a good pay-per-view, man. It's really.
I mean, I knew what I was going into. I knew it was gonna be a bad pay-per-view, but I didn't think it was gonna be like, I didn't think my like brain cells were gonna die like in a second.
Didn't know it was gonna be that bad.
My frontal lobe is missing, guys.
All right. Well, before we do go, because it seems like Gabe's going a little bit crazy after watching even the short amount of 95 King of the Ring. I do want to bring this one thing up because Chrome, from a friend of the show over on Lazy Bookie Podcast, you can follow that on Twitter. Follow him on Twitter, just simply at Chrome, and the podcast on Twitter at Lazy Booking A2D. Again, Lazy Booking A2D there on Twitter. Check them out. They're on every Thursday, so there's kind of like a Thursday night war battle between Lazy Booking and Steve's Wrestling Ramble as we do our shows both live and around the same time. He starts 7:30 Central. I start 8 p.m. Central. The point being is he did want me to bring this up and share his thoughts on the pay-per-view and throw them out here and to hear your guys' thoughts on it. If you guys aren't on Facebook, if you aren't on the Marks for Life group, again, Marks for Life group on Facebook. And so this is just his thoughts on it. It's a little long, so please indulge me. This pay-per-view wasn't good. It had tons of potential, but the booking killed it. Neither Braun nor Alexa needed to win the briefcase. Left a lot of potential storylines behind by putting it on them. Ronda Rousey was great in the ring yet again and bumped really well. AJ Nakamura had their best match yet, and Rollins Elias was really good. Although I think it would have been a good time to put the title on Elias. That said, the rest of the pay-per-view was forgettable, and at this rate, I think I'm over the MITV Money in the Bank concept. What once used to be for enhancing and creating new talent or revive others who were stagnant, it's now become predictable and underwhelming. I'm over it.
This was the most predictable pay-per-view, like for me, I think. I mean,
there were some. The only thing I didn't see is Braun Strowman winning. I didn't think he was gonna win.
I agree with what he said about Braun and Alexa. Neither one of them needed to win it. But besides a few hiccups, I actually thought it was a good show. I mean, it wasn't as good as Takeover Chicago, but it was I thought it was a good show.
Anytime they have a pay-per-view before Takeover, it's not going to be better. Anytime Takeover, I feel if anybody's on the main roster, they should cry.
Cry themselves to sleep before that Sunday morning.
All the spots like throughout the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, in my opinion, like all of this, like they didn't even like they weren't as good as the spots like in like one match on the Takeover card, which was Gargano Ciampa 2 or 3 if you count the Cruiserweight Classic match.
I'm not counting it though.
Yeah, that was before the whole rivalry.
The moment when Ciampa took off Johnny's ring and spat on it and threw it, that literally made my jaw drop. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Mark, have you watched that match yet?
Mark,
I started it last night. It last night, fellas.
You didn't finish?
Why are you slacking?
That's the only match. That's the only match to take over he hasn't watched.
Only match. I watched everything live because I had family over at the time. I watched everything live. Then I had to turn it off. But next thing you know, by the time I had the time to watch it, I was too tired to watch it and didn't watch it. So I started it last night. Didn't go to bed around like 5 in the morning. So I started watching. I'm gonna finish it tonight, and I'm gonna give you my little spiff on it.
You'll
I heard
like
it was
it.
good. I heard it was
You
really
don't like
good.
it?
Yeah, but
I don't know.
If you don't like that match, something wrong with you.
I don't know if I liked it as much as I liked the first one, but I thought it was very good.
Yeah, the first one was better, but this one was really good. But the third
The
one,
spots were so crazy. Like
the third one better be something crazy. I know that. It better be something memorable.
Gargano versus Ciampa in a helicopter match.
No,
the first
in all
person.
sense,
the first person to be knocked out of the helicopter
Helicopter
and or
match.
have the helicopter explode.
All right, Russo, calm down.
Helicopter.
Vince
Yeah,
Russo,
I feel like
nothing with me,
I
man.
feel
I
like
would
they
look
could,
the craziest.
I feel like they would do something like that too, like just something stupid like that.
Honestly, I'm telling you, Gargano should take some time away. Ciampa takes the NXT Championship in Brooklyn. Then on Survivor Series weekend, those two have a title match inside Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, we need Gargano to go out on a stretcher again.
No, we need
Yeah, I
Gargano
feel
to
like
get that big
they
moment.
should do that, but the
He should have
question
done
is,
that.
are they going to do that? Probably not.
I mean, as long as he's taking some time away. I agree with Kyron. Like his booking idea there is great.
No, I mean take some time
Like-
away because of mental
He
problems. I
never
mean, think
No,
about
no,
it.
no, 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 not mental problems. Not the,
Not like not like. I mean, I don't
no,
want to
like
spoil.
out of injury.
I don't mean that. I mean, I don't want to spoil too much because Mark didn't see it yet. But after how the match ended, and knowing
I know Gargano lost. I know that.
Well,
But you don't know how
I
the
just
match
didn't.
ended, though. You don't know how it
Yeah,
ended.
we don't.
Yeah, I don't know how it
Exactly.
ended. That's the thing. I don't know how it.
Well, here's the thing. To Johnny, he let his emotions get the better of him, and he beat himself. Now he doesn't think he's himself anymore. He takes that time off to find himself again, and that's when Ciampa wins the title.
That's cool. I like that. I didn't get your
No,
reason.
Kyron, you should have
He booking Kyron.
since Bompier is
book him.
on
They
here
could
on
do
YouTube
that,
anymore.
but
You should have that segment of booking things on your channel. How
I'm
you
Make
should
doing
book
that.
or would have booked or this and that, like you've been saying on this program for months and weeks.
Well, here's what I want you guys to do. Give me some examples of things I can rebook or book into the future.
Yeah, then
And I'll
we
consider it.
make a series for you, or for you to do on your own channel.
Spiritual successor to Adam Blampied.
And I feel like they could do that. They could also do the whole stretcher thing too, but I just don't think WWE gonna do that. I think they're gonna have him fight at Brooklyn. And
Royal
that's gonna be
Rumble
it.
2014 is an obvious one. Never mind.
But if they
Too easy.
were really smart, they could do something. They could do something like that. They could do something where they could save it. Because if they had Ciampa and Gargano for the belt, that'd be the third match, and that makes it more exciting and anticipating. Even though I feel like if they had that third match and Ciampa had the belt, I don't see Tommaso Ciampa beating Gargano for the championship. They keep the belt, but at least the match would still be a great match and it'd still be entertaining. Because anytime those two wrestle, it's gonna be a good match regardless.
I got one already for you, Kyron, for your series. If you do it, rebooking the Invasion storyline.
Yeah, I would do that.
WWE.
I would do that, but Bluntby beat me to it, and he did it better than I ever could.
Hmm.
God, I don't remember. I remember some of the stuff from that invasion, but not all of it. I remember little things, but not like I don't remember exactly everything.
Well, yeah, all right. So that should do it for tonight's episode. Thanks for those that are watching live. I did see we did have some people coming in, at least from last check. Had 8 viewers live, so thank you. If you did comment in the comment section during the live feed there in the chat, I do apologize. I did not have the chat up, so welcome to leave your thoughts on anything that we said here tonight. I'm going to leave there. Also, my response to Chrome in his comments, I still thought Money in the Bank was good. I still will say Money in the Bank is the third best pay-per-view WWE has behind Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. And I do see where you're thinking of Braun Strowman because that's the same thing on him not needing to have the briefcase before Alexa Bliss. Her being one of the only heels in that match, it made sense to have a heel, and I always say have a heel as your briefcase holder, and then have her cash in even better because she seemed like to be like a Dean Ambrose, my dude there, who will be returning soon, shortly, hopefully, Lunatic Fringe, for Little Miss Bliss to be cashing in right away. So I just want to share that. And before I keep on rambling, I want to share it out to everybody else and let people know where they can find you on social media, here on YouTube and otherwise. And we'll start with one of our guests, Gabe.
Absolutely nowhere, yo, except for my YouTube channel, which is right here. It's if you just search up Gabriel the Wrestling Fan, it may come up.
What's your picture?
What's my picture? My profile picture is just says Gabriel in yellow. Gabriel the Wrestling Fan. I need a new name. I really do.
I see it.
Yep, and I need a new bio because it used to be like a drumming channel, and my description says I make drumming videos, which I don't do anymore. I don't even make videos yet.
All right,
So
Malik.
don't visit my channel.
Okay, Malik.
You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Narcolepsy Boy
Narcolepsy
94.
Boy 94 on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep, I mean, not really. You started first.
Well, I do wrestling. I do wrestling reactions every Monday, Tuesday, and every pay-per-view. I also do trivia videos. If anybody's into trivia stuff, you can follow me on 94. My Twitter, Malik Kelly 94. I don't really use my Twitter as much, but I still have it if you want to follow it.
All right, Kyron Chase.
Follow my Twitter, /RoKyron. Follow me on Instagram, /Row_Kyron. My Tumblr and Demon are Kyron Chase. My YouTube account, Kyron Chase. I do videos on wrestling, Sonic the Hedgehog, and My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
All right, Mark Rambo.
You guys know where to
My
find me.
YouTube channel is MFLG Mark Rambo.
Say it again, louder and clear.
MFLG Mark Rambo.
Louder and clearer. Yes, like you said.
His
You guys are
Instagram
not
is
subscribed.
Live Like Ram. I don't know what
I got a personal talker for me.
his address is. No, I'm just kidding.
Go ahead and drop,
Dang,
go ahead and drop the address.
Mark can't even cut his own promos. Wow.
I'm Paul.
His
I'm Brock
address
Lesnar.
is
He's Paul
69
right now.
Cool Street, Weed Sport, New York.
Hey,
Yes.
tell me like Brock Lesnar. Your actions speak louder for you.
Yeah, he already know. Kyron know he don't want to meet me in the ring. Rambo, Kyron Chase.
I mean, Kyron, if you want to set this up,
Stupid.
if you want to set this up, Kyron, we can set this up. I'll be in your corner, and he can
We
be
wouldn't
in. Gabe can be in.
See,
Mark's
here's
corner.
the thing. We wouldn't
Probably
need
the
to have
rap.
the match. We wouldn't need to have the match. I would bury him on the mic before the match even happens.
I got a talker for me. I got Paul Heyman himself, aka Gabe, right here.
I'm not good under pressure, yeah.
You're not under pressure.
Oh yeah,
You
I'm
don't
not really
don't
under
worry
pressure.
about Kyron. Kyron, he is nothing on you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
King
watch some
Kong
of
ain't got nothing
Kyron's
on
not
me.
worried about that.
watch some of the episodes on the show and see what I did.
Especially those prediction episodes of the past. I think it was SummerSlam last year. Definitely brought it.
Hey, Kyron, when Mark Rambo's done with you, you finna be crying. I'm done. I'm dead.
Yeah. Well,
Please don't hurt.
I can already tell.
Don't at me. Don't at me.
All right, well, welcome to follow me on Twitter at WB_podcast or my personal Twitter handle at Army_Strong_06. Welcome to subscribe to this channel. Ring the bell as well so you know when videos go live or also when they archive to the channel. Welcome to follow me also on Instagram. I'm not as socially active as I usually am on Facebook or also on the Twitter, but on Instagram I'm trying to be more socially accessible. At TBK_06 there on Instagram, SUK_06. Thanks for everybody that watched live or watching archived. I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to finish off with the theme song of Little Miss Bliss, 5-time women's champion, my gals. So enjoy and hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your evening, enjoy the weather in your area, and above all else, as always, take care.
Peace out.
See y'all.